Hello everyone, I'm DM Pat. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Grand Quest. Here's our wonderful players.
Hey everyone, I'm Mithril, and I play Kane, our resident broody half-vampire ranger.
Hello, my name is Yone, and I will be playing Zoe, the Fathomless Warlock, an obscure, tentacly character hoping to embed himself into the party.
Hello, I'm Kelly. I play Sifina, a Sucker of Stars druid and grave cleric, who has been tasked by Tenelith to balance the scales of life and death.
Hey everyone, I'm Isaac, also known as Rapid Pup, and I voice Sif, the man trapped in a wolf's body for a crime he committed.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt. I play Trevor, the grumpy Oath of Vengeance paladin who is just trying not to die while he figures out the truth about what happened to his family.
Hi, I'm Wayne. I play Gorez, a fighting rogue who decided to step out of his brother's shadow, start his own gang somewhere else.
Hi everybody, my name's Bridger, and I am playing Oscar, a wild druid with memory loss.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Grand Quest. Last episode, the party reconvened after, Sif and Zoe getting into it. Ilvisar having to step in. The party thankfully calmed everything down. They spoke to each other. Yeah, they got over it. You know, tensions may rise, but wizards be there to either fireball you or calm you. But they gave each other the details of what all happened. As sporadic as those detail handouts were, they eventually came up with the understanding. Trevor kind of connected some dots that Kalaster Black could be a black dragon. So they went inside to get a drink and to talk to Ilvisar. Ilvisar revealed that if he was a black dragon, he'd have to be an ancient black dragon or greater, which is bad news. They then started speaking about the child, in which, through a few discussions, Ilvisar came to the conclusion that they are most likely dealing with a chimera, and in which it was, that does not sound good. But we're going to drop back right there after Ilvisar says that they are most likely dealing with a chimera. But I believe that is what you're dealing with. Some kind of creature amalgamation of things, whatever those illithids were doing. I'm sure Kalaster played a role in it.
Speaking of amalgamations of creatures, there was a vision. I believe we all had it when we walked into the room with the artifact.
Artifact?
The one Zoe has right now.
He has an artifact?
Yes.
Oh, I will have to go and speak with him about this. I'm very fond and very intrigued by it. Sorry. Magic items got brought up, and that's kind of a big thing of mine. So continue. I'll
Don't worry, I'm concerned too.
I'm more intrigued than concerned.
But it was a vision of this very large tree inside of a cave, possibly at the center of a mountain. It had like a beam of moonlight coming down on it, and the tree had an old man's face, but it seemed corrupted, wilted. Its leaves were grayed and dripping some kind of poison or acid. And wrapped around the tree, actually mostly inside of the tree, was a draconic figure. It looked like the tree had mostly consumed it, but there were bits of bone sticking out, and in the bough of the tree, its branches were holding a very large brain.
Oh,
it looked dead, but it was still pulsing.
yes,
So maybe undead?
That's, well, all of those things together, now thinking about it, would definitely create the monsters if it was able to bread, whatever it was. So let me. I can't really see the image you saw, but from your description, it looked like. Well, it seems like the tree is an elder int, which, Sif, you would know, this being one of the great grandfathers of the forests. They are the caretakers to everything that grows in the forest.
Where would they put the elder in exactly? You wouldn't just find one of those laying around.
No, that would have to be. That must have been taken from the Phelan Woods in Althrain. It is the only place the Fae exist.
Well, that's rude.
Indeed, it is a great sin upon the Fae to steal.
Wait, hold on. My mother was a druid. I would know that ints are important, right?
Well, it depends on how much you remember from your mother.
History check?
Sure.
You better pay attention in your life, boy.
8.
Oh,
No.
you did not.
No.
You did not.
She died when I was 7. Okay.
They are extremely important, and it is a great sin upon the Fae to steal one of the guardians, the fathers and grandfathers of the forest. It is something that would bring the Fae to war, if they knew. And then mixing that with feeding the int, they must have had to starve the int to near death for it to consume a dragon. And I can only assume it is the black dragon that came from the egg. And it must have been slow if the dragon was able to grow. They must have kept the dragon alive while it was being eaten.
You think that's
For it
where
to
the brain
grow.
comes in?
That's horrible.
The brain is 100% an illithid brain, an elder brain. It is the epicenter of the illithids. It is their leader.
Is that the
This-
child then?
Definitely seems like what the child is.
How are
It
we
come-
going to destroy that?
I am unaware.
Can we even destroy that without pissing the Fae off?
Yeah, I don't honestly want
At
to
this
piss off
point-
the Fae.
At this point, I'm sure the Fae would not want it to exist. This is no longer an elder int. This is a whole nother creature. This amount of this would have had to take a ton of magic. It would have had to have been consistently fed mana on a regular, constant basis in a massive amount.
So we'd be doing them a favor by taking this out.
Well, it
You'd probably consider it an act of mercy.
There was something else in the vision, as well. A man dressed in beggar's robes. We've met this man before.
Was he
Once.
the one that been back home?
Yes.
That-
The
Oh.
one we gave
money to?
in the city.
The beggar.
Yes, the very same.
What the fuck does he have to do with all this?
I don't know. He was standing at the foot of the tree.
I don't want
and
to assume,
he
but
turned and smiled.
That
at
doesn't
those
sound like
of
a good
us
guy.
Watching the vision.
No, it does not. I don't really understand what you guys are talking about right now, but that does not sound like a good guy thing.
I need to talk to Tenelith. Because I saw him in my vision, one of my visions, and he was on the scale of the death side.
Okay, before we leave this conversation, has anybody else seen this mass row? Okay, let's put this out there. Hit list. If we see Cross again, take him out. I already pointed that out. If we see this guy with
Did you tell us why?
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry about that. Long story short, Cross is a double crosser, and he works for the hag.
Ilvsar chuckles a little bit.
Sif is holding it back. I'm being serious right now.
My apologies.
Okay, so he works
We
for the
know.
hag that turned you into you.
He's essentially he's my daughter's, captive?
Jailer?
Jailer? Thank you, I
I
love that
knew
word.
he was.
This, who you
I
would,
knew he was-
I believe Oscar told me this is the person you call Rabbit.
Yes. Wait, you know him?
No,
What? Oscar here. Here. You
The-
saw him. He talked to him.
Oh,
I
okay,
talked to
okay.
Oscar. Yes. And I
No,
did talk to
no.
Cross. Yes.
That's what
I
I'm
did.
talking
Wait,
about.
wait,
That's
you-
I
what we're
did
talking
speak to
about.
Cross.
And what did he say? Anything?
No, he
Nothing?
just
No?
he,
Oh.
he stayed here with me and Oscar for a little bit. Ma kept teasing Oscar, and then eventually said that I'm gonna go pay for a room for them, and then I'm gonna leave.
Hmm. No, going back to what I said, if we see this beggar
Yes.
guy, maybe we just try to grab him.
He
I
seems
feel you.
very
Powerful.
what?
What was that,
was that, Gorez?
Our vote was just to find him and ask him some questions, because clearly he knows a lot more than what we think he knows.
Could we make it person?
I'm with Gorez on this. Like Sif, don't get me wrong. We see Cross again. He's jailing your daughter. It's on site.
Mhm.
But maybe this beggar guy that keeps appearing in our visions, maybe a little more important, and maybe that's someone that we should try to get some information from.
To be fair, we've only seen him once in person.
Physically, I'm
I
what
saw
I'm getting.
him in a vision. I said.
I mean, we
Yes.
could try to locate
So-
person, no?
What
I
I'm
say
guessing.
in person.
Yes.
Oh.
We've only met him once physically.
So, by the way, Sif, I do have something to talk to you about after this. Before we truly separate, we can
Mhm.
talk about it privately. It has to do with your form. But I do want to point something out. I'm guessing the reason why they call it the child, or why it's being called the child, is because all of this has wiped the memories of the Elder Brain and the Ent and the dragon entirely, and has in fact brought it to a form of adolescence.
You didn't need to tell us that, because now it's gonna be harder to do.
I just want you to understand that going in, so you are not caught off guard if it is true that it is in the form of adolescence, because with an Elder Brain, it has a conscience. It has a...
Hold on. I have a question. Sif, you took those research papers on the obelisks
Mhm.
that Artificer and his friend were working on.
I did.
Those
Gave him
obelisks
back to
were...
him.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
Yes, I did. I think I did.
Above table,
I
I'm
think I
saying
did.
this because Safina didn't know that. But...
No, above table, he just said that he had them. We left them in Garrett's shop.
Yes,
Sif never
that is
directly
correct.
said he gave the papers back to him.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, sure. Yeah.
I thought he did, but okay.
No, yeah, I mean, if we have them, fuck it, I'll pull them out if we need them.
No, because what happened was the Artificer didn't want to destroy the tower because his research papers were in there. Sif said, I've got them, don't worry about it, and nothing else was said about them.
Yes,
And we
he never
left
went.
them in the shop.
Why did
They
leave
got
them in the
poofed
shop?
away.
They didn't
They never
leave.
followed us out of Garrett's shop because they followed us into the Traveler's
those two.
Lair, and
Yes,
they were
yes,
like
those two, yeah.
stunned.
So so Sif still has the papers, yeah.
Yep.
Suck, guys.
Sif is gonna. Well, yeah. Let Sif have this. He's gonna. Oh, start. Oh shit! Actually, here he's gonna have. I found this paper on obelisk.
They were trying to find a way to contain the undead from the child.
Elisar's looking them over. This would, if done correctly, with a separate power source than they were trying to use, fiendish energy is not what you want. How would you use?
What energy would you want?
You would have to. Well, honestly, you'd have to have.
Would it need to be a sympathetic energy?
I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look this over. But why bring this up?
Maybe we can use it.
Perhaps we don't need to kill the child.
We could just trap him.
Perhaps we can fix it.
Understand this. I am not against keeping a creature of this kind of being alive if extremely well controlled. But this could be the birth of a new eldritch being. Which I don't know if you know what an eldritch being is. But they are cornerstones of our world. They each play a part. They are precursors before the world was even birthed. This.
Curing it?
Say that again, Gorath?
Isn't killing it curing it?
Some might see it as mercy.
Some would see it as mercy, but if we kept it alive, what would happen when it grew up and wanted freedom? What would happen if it grew to resent? How is it to learn who is friend and foe?
You
Note
have to have
that
someone teach it.
who would be willing or able to teach such a creature?
Something sympathetic to it.
I mean, Illustar, do you want to take care of a giant mountainous child?
Look, I
Kane, do you?
yeah.
I already have one child, and you guys see how good of a parent I am so far.
It would take a very long time. In 300 years, my understanding of its growth by what it is, it has only aged from a newborn to that of a 9-year-old.
You said that there was a Queen of the Fae here.
Titania,
I've got the
in
time.
the Phelan Woods.
Why
If
not
we
her?
can keep it in a stasis for a while.
Why not give it to her?
You wish to transport an entire mountain.
I don't want to do it personally, but I'm pretty sure a Queen of the Fae might be able to snap of her finger or something like that.
The Fae are dying.
Well, that is very concerning, and that
He might also
actually makes
see this thing and ask why we brought this abomination to her instead of just destroying it.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, she might be mad that we did destroy something. What if that would be something that might save their whole society from dying off? I'm just reaching for straws. I don't know exactly how the fuck that would work.
Let me make this clear. In my professional opinion, as a collector of magic items, a purveyor in the arts of magic and beast knowledge and creature knowledge, we would have to suffer a while before this could even be created, this device. The aspect of the child could be good. Like I said, the Eldritch beings played in a good role, in a good neutral way. They are cornerstones. This could be a boon or a curse. As we see now, currently, the way it's been taught, it's a curse. The creature right now is too dangerous to keep alive.
Could we wipe its memory again?
In my opinion.
We are not wiping anything's fucking memory.
I am with him on that. At that point, what makes you exactly you? I mean, think of it like this. That child might be evil now. That child might be evil whenever it grows up, but if we don't give it a chance to grow, we'll never know. Kane, if you see yourself as a monster, what if you were never given the chance to... Of course you don't. He says sarcastically.
He's not a monster.
He's not a fucking monster. What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't see myself as a monster.
You don't see yourself as a blood-sucking monster that maybe people might want to get rid of?
No, I can see
I'm
that
looking around for
other
like a piece
people
of paper
would
to roll up and
want
swat him on the
to
nose.
get rid of me.
Really? Because I could have sworn that
understand
you
that.
have said that you have felt that other people thought of you as a monster, but maybe I might
Yes,
be...
other people think of me as a monster. I don't think that of myself.
Again, it's not the point I'm trying to fucking make, if you think of you're a monster or not. The point I'm making is people think might have thought you're a monster, right? But if they killed you and never gave you a chance to grow, to even prove yourself.
But
I mean,
that's,
at the end of the day,
Looking at Kane.
that's a little different from wiping its memories of the horrible things it's been taught and then taking the time to teach it again.
why not just teach it right now? Why do you have to wipe its memory?
we're not wiping memories as somebody who's had that happen. That no, I'm gonna look at Elzai. It's like I understand that there is a large artifact that's protecting the city, correct?
Indeed. It is a collection of artifacts, yes.
I know that there's one specific one. Because I use a similar one.
Yes,
near the city
they
to cleanse.
they were originally a single artifact split into several different pieces to defend different parts of Denza. However, they have been gathered in the last moments of the king gathered, and the only other one sat at a fort, which by my information has been corrupted.
No, I mean
Yes, the
We
corrupted
don't-
artifact was brought into the city with us.
there
But
was
not
that
the-
one, but there
not
was
the fort
there was a
one,
one.
but-
There was one at the keep that was brought with us to the city, which I activated and managed to cleanse the city with.
I believe that one's still at Runeswick. The
there.
one you have is the
But-
one that the priest dude had.
Was
And
that the
it's-
same artifact?
No, but it
Okay,
was a part of
so-
that artifact.
All right, but there is an artifact, a very large form of the artifact here in the city.
Yes.
Could I try to broaden its scope, perhaps?
Are you trying to like
Um,
Assassin's Creed? Eagle Vision that?
No,
I'm
it's just-
unsure
it-
how well that would work, especially with the mountain that the child is dwelling in, so
Well,
close to here.
Isn't that? I was saying, if it's close to it, if I can expand the borders of that, then it would consume the mountain, which would kill anything evil, undead creature stuff inside of it.
I believe that might be
Right.
a more problem, or more of a power thing. Even if you can't do it, because I'm like, expanding that much. How far are we from the mountain exactly?
We are 3 days
Oh, shit.
ride. 3
I
days
don't-
ride.
I don't want to, after Kane, that whole little thing that we just said. I don't want to doubt your powers, Syphina, but do you think you could
I don't know.
make your powers go out
Yes.
that far?
I would have to try. I apparently wasn't at full. I'm still not at full strength. But I managed. You saw what I did back at the city. So, and that was before I really started to embrace my powers. I don't know what I'm capable of. It's just an idea to put it out there. If not, maybe we can take one of those pieces, if possible, with us to the mountain, and I do the same thing there.
Cleanse it there.
Mhm.
Well, anyways, I am sure that you aren't all leaving tomorrow to deal with the child. You have a few days to think about this and plan. Like I said, I am here to help, but I'm not going to really get in the middle of it. Mainly because the last time I got in the middle of a situation, it did not go well. So, yes, Sif, would you mind if we talked?
Yes, I was actually curious about what you wanted to say.
What would you? I don't know if you.
No, at this point, I'd rather us have our own.
Very well. Here, let's go step into one of my studies. As he walks over to a door and opens it up. Inside seems to be, it seems to be a growery of different plants, but they all have fey energy to them. There, you can see little, about foot tall ints walking in a small miniature forest, and a bunch of different other plant-like creatures that seem to act as conscious, sentient beings. He picks up a piece of fish and throws it to one of the plants as it eats it, shutting the door.
They're beautiful little things, aren't they?
Indeed. I love the Fae. The
things that
Fae...
you would-
Go ahead.
Oh, the things we would do for the people we love. Yeah. That's why. I mean, I hate the Fae, but at the same time, I love them. Very family oriented, if I must say, in their own strange way.
All the Fae have their own quirks, their own issues, but they all bring a valuable point. Even hags. Though I do not agree with hags affecting people as punishment. That is not their rule. That is not their point of existing, and they shouldn't do it. They are corrupt in that way. So, you said this was done to you by a hag.
It was done to me by a hag.
What was the deal? The contract?
I was supposed to spend 7 years in the Fae as, in this form, quote unquote, as the dog I am. Why she picked the wolf? I don't know. Fucking woof woof.
What you said you had a daughter. What age was she when this curse was put on you?
Let's see. She had to have been 7 years old. So I was 14. But last I seen her, she was older than. It had to have been over 7 years. So.
Indeed, which means the hag did not follow her end of the bargain, or you must have done something to. You must have left early.
Oh my fucking god! It's simple flashback too. I think this was already talked about whenever the whole if he murdered his wife or whatever, the scene of him back essentially being taken over by the hag and back where was it in Denza exactly
It
where
was,
he came back?
So you were let's see here. It was
He's
not
Denza
Denza.
Orient. Wait,
No,
Denza's this area. No, not
Denza's
Denza.
Valortis.
Drutho Orient. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, because that's where the dark meadows are. But yeah, he kind of goes and goes. The hag breaking her end of the contract just isn't a thing. They may be twisted Fae, but they are not by Fae existence allowed to break contracts.
I did it, but even then, I mean, I don't have no recollection of it, and even then, it was just an hour, maybe 2 at most. I mean, that couldn't really break the contract, could it?
It could. Even simply taking a single step too far is enough to break it. But why normally a contract broken by a hag or broken from a hag results in death.
Yes.
Or in punishment by some sort, but keeping you as a wolf for longer is not a proper punishment, and it's not something the hag would do unless out of extreme pity or mercy. But from what I've heard, this hag holding your daughter hostage and toying with you, she's not a hag of mercy.
No, she is not. I mean, to be fair, I've never met a hag of her or heard of a hag of mercy, but
There are
you're
some.
right.
There are some, such as Tasha. Tasha is a very powerful hag. She's
not
more
a
of a
person,
witch.
is she?
Oh, she is.
No.
In
Fuck.
fact, as she reaches out and a very vibrant rose int steps onto his hand, she gave me this and helped me cure Pandora as a tressum appears around his neck.
You have a lot of these things around you love, and I don't want to pry too much, but you talked earlier about not getting into the middle of things. What got taken from you that you would not want to lay your hand out to help? Well, not more than what you've already done. I mean, not say that you have not been a helping hand.
He kind of looks at the fey creatures around him, the plant-like fey creatures. The ability to save the fey.
It's a noble cause.
I lost it.
I
stepped into the middle between Staglinia and their their issues with Banabara, and the person who was supposed to take the next seat as Titania was taken. She was a dear friend of mine.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It is in the past, and it was my fault, so I will live with that burden, but you do not need to live with this burden. At least not as you suffer now.
I mean,
As he reaches into a bag and pulls out an amulet.
you're not going
this
to want me
will-
to sell my soul, right?
No, I have nothing I could use your soul for. I do not have that power. As much as I'm sure your soul is worth much, but no, this is a. When I first ventured with Tasha to the Phelan Woods to have an audience with Titania, she gave me this to protect me from the Fey magic, so that I wouldn't be driven astray or corrupted by their trickery. I believe, from what I was looking into, this will temporarily reverse what she did to you. As long as you wear it, you might return back to your original form.
Oh, you fucking in mage? No, he doesn't do mage hand. He straight up grabs it with his fucking little teeth. Yeah.
Yep. Do you put it on?
Yeah, throws it up into the air and puts it straight. Why didn't you start with that?
As it is slowly falling, suddenly like sparks of green light start to emanate around it, almost like starting to create like a halo of green energy. And as it wraps around your neck, falling down slack, the moment it hits that point of tension, a flash of blue light fills the whole house, penetrates through the door. Everyone, you are suddenly flashed blind by blue light coming from the room that they went into. As it dims, the door is burned away. Those of you who are still in the front room peer into the room and you see human Sif again.
Is he
butt
naked again?
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I butt naked again?
No, you are wearing the clothes that you had on when you first turned.
Perfect. Okay, so God, well, a lot of the picture will eventually be on here, but essentially think of fancy mage robes, kind of more Bard-esque, and then a fur coat in a fur. What is it, like shoulder paddings, whatever they'd be.
Alders.
Yeah, but yes, that exactly. In the same color of Sif's old coat whenever he was a wolf, so gray.
Did you fix him?
I believe it.
He goes up and runs and hugs Cyprina, the first person.
Oh, at least
I
you're
fucking
close this
figured
time.
Cyprina! Oh my god! He
Okay,
starts poking stuff.
I'm so glad you have clothes on this time.
I don't have to pee on a tree anymore. I mean, I still can, but you know.
Cyprina's gonna hug you back. She's gonna give you a nice, really big hug. It's nice to see you, Sif.
So,
as you.
What do I owe you for this?
All grown up.
Right. You can eat my old form if you want to, Gorus. If it's still around here.
Ilvasar just is chuckling and smiling at this interaction that you're having. Honestly, just helping you, helping the Fae is a good payment, but put a stop to that hag. I feel like she's going to cause the destruction of the Fae much sooner than they already are doomed, and I don't want that.
Not to pry too much into it, but do we know exactly what's messing with the Fae? Other than the war? I mean, I know, he doesn't go too much into that, actually, but...
They are not... their river. Their Fey River is not connected to the Fey Wilds anymore. The Fey Wilds are a different plane. And thanks to... I'm not sure if you know of what happened. Do you know of gods?
Yes.
Yeah, we got the crash days ago.
Sif, like, well, he actually, because he instinctively, like, mage hand, try to rub his hands, and he realizes he has fingers now, so he does say, oh, shit. Yeah.
Great.
Well, when those beings were sealed away, so were all the other planes, severing the connection to the Feywild. The king and queen of the Fey chose to stay in the mortal plane so that they could give sustenance to the Fey trapped here.
You think
But
that
yes, they
Tatiana
are.
and Ornstein might just be starved out?
Well, Titania and Oberon are dying. I don't know where Oberon is, but I know that he is probably suffering the same fate that Titania is. They have given their life force to the Fae to continue living, but once they are gone and no new Titania is birthed or is crowned, then the Fae are soon to follow after.
And I don't want to go with the whole of murdering a child thing, but if we were to get rid of that mountain, is there any way we can harness its power to maybe, I guess, return back to the Fae? Honestly, whose power is that?
If
I think
the
we need
int
to
is
deal with the-
corrupted, I doubt the magic it has is Fey anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Honestly, I don't even know whose power it'd be.
I feel like it's a bigger problem, a much bigger problem, like a god level problem that would have to fix this, and that Cyphinus feels really burdened by this. She's like, but I think we're heading that way. We're not there yet, so I don't think we can fix right now. We might be able to deal with the hag, but trying to restore power to the Fae right now is not something we could do at this moment.
No,
We'll put a pin in it and work on it later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
later.
But yes, that is all I ask for payment. Is to just try to help the Fae if you can.
Well, I plan
In
to
my
kill her
place.
anyways, and I mean, I do have to go back to the Feywild to get this hag, so I'll see what I can do about helping them.
When you are ready to leave for that journey, let me know. I have a few things that might help in the process of entering the Phelan Woods. But also, Sif, you being stuck as a wolf, I doubt was the punishment. You should find out what that was. Because I doubt it was something that you want to not know of.
Oh, fuck. Wait, with that being said, how would you beat a hag with their own words?
Beating a hag with their own words is to turn their plan on them.
So figure out what her plan is first.
And beat her to the punch. It's the same as understanding what they want from a contract and you instead getting it instead of them.
The music box. It has to be the music box, it says.
But, yes, you all should get some rest. I'm glad that you're no longer a wolf, Sif.
If you should go to the tavern and with Trevor and get a drink, I think you'd like that with the back of the
Honestly, to see how it affects my real body.
You know what? That's an awesome idea. Kane, Gorez, drinks.
I have Agnes. Do you really want to go without Agnes?
Agnes, go. Yeah, okay. Gorez is like, hell yeah, drinks.
Fucking right.
But Agnes speaks up and goes, "Oh, he could do without me."
I do also have the sword that I had when we first got here, so I'm not completely defenseless.
Well, I know you're not defenseless. It's just not Agnes. So.
You know what? I do want to go see that magic shop, but that could wait till the morning. It's not like shops just up and disappear. Oh fuck.
So you guys are gonna go get a drink then?
We do know one shop that just...
That's exactly why I said it.
Rapid. I see you, Rapid. That was great.
At this point, it'll wait till the morning.
Yeah.
Celebrations afoot. We did it.
You guys can go get a drink. I'm going to stay here and talk to Tim.
Alright.
Unless we want to go back to the inn and go to our rooms. The tavern. I don't
You're
care.
welcome
I mean-
here, but you're also. I know you still have quite many days still paid for there.
Yeah. I think we can probably go back to the inn for the night. That way, if anyone wants to just go and get some rest, they can. Like,
I
you know,
honestly
you
think
can
that'd be a
talk
good
to
idea.
Agnes, and then those of us that want to get drinks can get drinks.
We don't also want to bring too much heat to Ilvasar's house if.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we've already
Yeah.
put Ilvasar through
Yeah,
enough shit
you
for
probably
one
don't
lifetime.
want.
So
You probably don't want me to talk to who I need to talk to here.
I would
Yes.
appreciate you not being like Bradley, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will make ourselves scarce and
we thank
return
you
to
for your
town.
hospitality and for helping our friend. Hopefully, the next time we see you, it will not be a threat to your home.
Indeed, though I am already moved out of this home, I guess, but I would hate to lose it. It is a very important place for me in order to travel quicker. So,
We're heading out. So Fina's going, hey, Sif, do you remember how to skip?
That's exactly what I want to do. Yeah, I can do a backflip. DM, can I roll it?
yeah, you can roll me an acrobatics check.
What?
See if your
Nat
old
won
bones
this?
have
No,
it.
I'm doing it
Fucking
at
snap
disadvantage. I'm doing it at disadvantage because he just got his legs back.
snack. Fucking snap snack.
1 second, 1
Oh,
second.
natural one!
1 second before you do that. Oh, I don't have guidance.
Aw.
I have guided, but I'm not giving it to him.
It wouldn't help. The nat one got him. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I can do a backflip.
as he goes back, he like goes and then lands straight down, smacks his head on a rock, and goes unconscious.
Oh no!
He's up for the
No,
night.
I'm gonna go. I'm going to.
He's out for the
I'm
night.
gonna heal
Kane
him. I've
walks
got
over,
him.
cure
I'm gonna
wounds
heal him.
him.
Yeah, both
You're
of you
still
kind
in the building.
No, they walked out.
God, I was.
Yeah. So you
I want
both
to see
kind
him
of
skip.
yeah, you both kind of like touch up at the same time and heal him as you wake up and like with that like thought like did I do it?
No,
No.
let's not do that. Try walking first.
Okay.
You
Your land legs back.
My
You
head
have
is-
failed.
you do have the irresistible
Absolutely
urge
horribly.
to walk on all fours still.
He like instinctively like tries to scratch his leg or his ear with his leg and oh fuck.
But yes, you
wonder
all
if the speak with animals spell would work on you still.
you all do eventually make it back to the tavern. What do you all kind of do?
I am
Real
going
quick,
to go.
real quick, point of order. Yone went off to talk to the artifact
Yes,
and
Yone
was
did.
still in the
Oh, this
was
is the
still
wrong
at
thing.
the house, right?
Yeah.
He's been at the tavern for a bit.
Oh, he's been at the
So
tavern.
He went to the
Okay.
tavern, okay.
Or to wherever
Okay.
he can get a room, a private room.
Gotcha. All right,
Well,
tracking.
we had private rooms paid for us.
Mm-hmm.
Then there.
So we're gonna I'm gonna find out what all of you guys are doing because I know what Zoe's doing, and we're gonna start with Zoe. So what are you all doing?
I'm gonna talk to Agnes and
In your room?
go to-
Trevor's
Mhm.
Trevor's taken
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the guys to the bar, and he's buying drinks, like especially for Sif, but
Okay.
also like especially for Kane as well for leading the party through Black's estate and getting them all out alive.
But before Sifina goes upstairs, Kane will say, whenever you want to talk. Hopefully I won't be too drunk.
What about you,
I think-
Gores? Oh, yep. What about you, Gores?
Or is gonna follow out to the bar.
All right. Okay, so I'll come back to you guys after I'm done with the others. Starting with Zoe. So Zoe, you've been at the room for a while. We're gonna kind of like rewind time to
Alright.
before they all show up. So, what are you doing right now?
Well, first he's going to hide this artifact before walking around
Mm-hmm.
for everyone to see. So he's been wearing this just normal long sleeve button down shirt basically. So he's going to undo it and open it up as a tear begins to form on his sternum and splits his stomach apart, all the way down to around his oblique area. As it begins to what looks like unzip itself, as small little needle-like teeth grow out from them. And as his chest opens up, it reveals this black, inky orb that almost looks like it's smoking. And it's going to stick out, a tongue, basically, but with suckers on it. So like a giant tentacle tongue, and swallow up the artifact as it zips itself up, kind of interlacing the teeth and sewing his skin back together.
Very well. We got one disturbing person left, only to be replaced by another.
I was going to say, are you a mimic?
No. But yeah, no, so you hide the artifact and then you make your way to the tavern, correct?
Yes, as he holds his staff, trying to communicate with it a little.
It is difficult to communicate while it is inside.
Right, and he's not fully trying to, but he's trying to see if it's awake, I guess is a good way to say. Until he does make it to the tavern, or wherever his room is.
Very well. Yes, you do make it to your room in the tavern. You shut the door. It seems as if it is a quiet tavern night. Not too many people, so hopefully that means safety.
Okay, he is still going to take a chair and he's going to put it under the door handle. He learned from his last mistake. And he's going to set his shield on his bed again, cross his legs, and levitate above the ground as he kind of levitates a staff in front of him and begins to pray, trying to communicate with it. As his stomach also opens up and the tongue holds out the artifact.
Very well.
I believe we have some things we must catch up on.
It pushes forth thoughts almost in like words to you, like written words, that it is diminished in power and it will attempt to speak to you as much as possible, but its power is diminished currently.
Okay. He's also going to check in with the staff and see if it's responding at all.
The staff
or the shield or both.
The staff is glowing the vibrant colors that it has. It is glowing very bright, almost as if it is trying to reach out to the object.
Okay, so he's going to hold both of them at the same time, and is that like an Arcana check to see if he can be the medium between the two? Yes. Or even put them together? Arcana?
Yep.
21.
21? Yeah, you are able to connect to let the energies flow through, and your staff will transfer some of its power over to the artifact, recharging it. This is thematically will absorb your pact magic spell slots.
Okay.
But the artifact is now most of the way charged. Not all the way, but most of the way, as it speaks words into your mind. I feel better. Lost, but better.
Should be charged up more, theoretically.
I have room for energy. If you wish to use me at my capacity, I require a large sum of power.
I see.
But what is it that you wished to speak to me about? I have enough to speak.
What specifically happened? I know you explained a bit, but As I mentioned, we also were in a predicament at the time of his enclosure.
I was imprisoned, crystallized by magic. I was unsure of where I was hit from, but everything went black for so long. The only time I woke was when I was being handed to the man called Kalaster by a man named Ziggurat, which did not make sense. He did not look like him.
What was his name?
Ziggurat. Is that
It's
right?
Zignor, but
Zignor. Okay.
a
Is
false
it
name
Ziggurat?
would
Yeah,
kind
Ziggurat. Yeah,
of make sense
makes sense.
also.
Okay.
But if it's his name specifically or the
It seems
mistaken one.
you could tell that that they were trying to use the same name, but not, because the same name would give too much power to that being.
Mm.
But it's definitely somebody who's trying to be. Go ahead.
Can you show me him?
He sends a vision your way as you see a man covered in shadow, in darkened robes that hold the same sigil as your father. It is hard to see the face of them, but they seem to have been a follower of your father.
He's gonna look back at the staff and talk to it. And he'll say, I guess specifically to it. I guess it can be both, but it seems arbitrator's been busy.
Indeed. Is all you get the feeling of.
This is quite troubling. He's gonna try to process everything because he also received the vision, and so he's also trying to put things together.
Mm-hmm.
What is your wish? He looks back at the artifact. I know you're not quite free. As for your life, is it in jeopardy?
If I run out of power, I die. I wish not to die.
How do you propose we get you more of what you need?
I need to be fed power. I was fed from the ley line, but I am no longer connected to the ley line. If I am used cautiously, my power can last a long time.
We did have a deal after all. If I could get you there, could you retain your original form? Be born again, for lack of better words.
I believe the only one who could rebirth me is the Lord, your father.
Quite a predicament he's put us in. Trapping all of us like this. Assume I could get you there. Would you rather me hold on to you?
You are the only one who can use me. Our pact, our contract is the essence of our connection. The contract was given to Kalaster, which is why he was able to use me. But only stationary.
Then I suggest you stay inside me until I can get you there.
Very well. I shall offer my assistance where I can.
Zoe will, I guess, open himself back up, kind of welcoming him in.
Very well. And as this magic item attunes to you, it gives you the ability to use portent once a day. You get a roll twice, and retain those rolls and can use them anywhere you'd like to. After every long rest, you re-roll. So,
Writing that down.
that is the first stage of this object. The weakest stage of it. All right. So, now we fast. Is that it for you?
Once he does, he is also tired. So he is also going to go grab his things, put his shield on his back, same with his staff, and he will head out
Very well.
to get a drink.
Very well. And as the rest of you guys arrive in this tavern, that's when you see Zoe walking out of his room to the bar. Zoe, you don't see Sif, but you can tell that the energy that of the man that is standing there is of the same magic of Sif. As you get to see the first glance for Zoe as Sif as he was.
Okay. What does he look like, by the way?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, you're muted.
Oh, double
There
muted.
you go.
Yep. Always double check. I will enlarge the picture a little bit, but essentially, let me make it a little bit larger. Sorry, guys. A 30 man in his 30s, blondish hair, shaved sides. He has a couple tattoos, but the main ones you would see was Artemis on the left side of his eye. He would have a rose on his on his neck, and where his neck is, he has a scar where it seems like it was bitten out. Above table, it was bitten out by the hag. She ripped his throat out before she made the deal with him. Other than that, blue eyes and almost 6 foot, maybe 5'11". Let's put that. Other than that, yeah, that's about it. Just he looks a lot more happier than what he normally is, for sure.
Sif, don't get too drunk.
I'm already working on it. Sorry, too
No
late.
fireballing the tavern.
Yes, no fireballs.
I see Zoe and I point out, he made me use them all. I don't think I even have any water.
He's not even gonna respond. He's gonna go to the opposite end of the tavern and
Okay.
of the bar and sit down.
So if you're just going to look at Treyboy and then look at Kane, it's just like, I don't know which one of you choose to be responsible for this. I'm going to go have fun.
Don't
Throw
worry,
some
I've
chairs
got
through a
him.
window.
He's an adult. Why do we have to be responsible for
Because
him?
he
You guys don't-
fireballs things.
Oh, but to be fair, you fireball shit too, Saifina.
We don't talk about that.
But you were so proud of it earlier.
I know, I was. It was
and I was so
fun.
proud of you too.
But anyway, I need to go. I need to go talk to Agnes. So, have fun. Make good choices, or don't. I'll come out and cure you guys when I get back. Or not.
All right, and we move into the room with Saifina and Agnes. As you sit down, Agnes is just like, well, so how do we normally start this?
Well, I've never done this before, but I'm gonna kneel on the ground. I'm gonna do what I normally do when I try to Tenlith, and you do your thing. I don't know what that is, so.
Well, I'm a
but I'm
sword.
gonna
I don't
kneel-
really do things.
I know, but I don't know. So I'm gonna kneel on the ground, and I'm gonna have him on my lap. He's like, okay, what do we do now? Okay, let me just think. Let me focus.
Yeah, focus.
Opens your eyes when I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. As Agnes is talking is making this extremely difficult because he's like, yeah, focus. Just focus. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but you focus. You just keep focusing.
I wish I could cover your mouth.
I'll pretend like you did.
Shush.
Okay,
You're
sorry. I'm
distracting.
nervous.
Why
I've never
are
done
you
this either.
nervous?
I've done this. I'm a sword.
God. Okay, let's just focus. Breathe.
I can't breathe.
Me breathe, not you.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you. Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to channel my energy towards you and see if we can somehow connect somewhere. I don't know.
Okay.
But
He,
I'm
like-
going.
I'm just sitting here in your lap.
So what? You're making this awkward. Stop it.
Well, that's what I do. I make things awkward. Now you know
know.
how Trever feels.
He deserves it much time. Okay. I'm trying to do
Agreed.
something important.
Ouch.
Okay.
Trevor takes like 1d4 psychic damage just randomly.
It's like, ow, my feelings.
Okay. I'm just gonna focus. I'm going to center myself. I'm going to try to envision where I normally see Tenelith and the scales, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Hopefully, you come with me. Or I don't know. So
What?
that's what she is going to do.
Okay, he just kind of about to say something, then he goes, "Yeah, I should probably not talk." As you open your eyes, you find yourself in the same black realm with the almost like sun and moon light draped over a set of scales. In front of it is Tenelith, cloaked and her face hidden. However, you hear her voice for the first time as she says, "It's good to see you and to talk to you, Syphina."
Hey adventurers, thanks for tuning in. Remember to smash that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to give some love to your bards.